Oh no, no, no. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Ugh.
yeah.
Do the intro before we get into episode 11. What's up, you guys? Welcome to another Jake's Television Reviews with my partner in crime, as usual, Josh.
Hi.
And yeah, hi. Hey, y'all. How's your. Since this video's coming out Saturday, it's Friday, but how you guys have you guys been? Have you had a good Friday? Have you had a good week? We hope you had a good week. And I'm what's gonna be great about your week is I'm still gonna give you some content, and that's gonna happen again next week. But welcome to another episode of another Jake's Television Reviews. And today we're gonna be reviewing episode 11 of High School Musical, the series. And it's showtime. It's showtime. It's time to start the show because we're almost like to the end of this season, so they're
Pretty much.
pretty
Like
much.
like one episode left. Yeah,
Yeah, one episode
pretty
left.
much.
And I want to talk about the cliffhanger that we got back in the last episode, episode 10, since we couldn't really talk about it because it's it kind of it
Well,
kind
it gets brought up again
it gets brought up again.
here in this episode, and it's
So
kind of
they were trying last episode. They were trying to figure out how to get Ricky to transform this character to transform into human. And they got the map like the like the Broadway plans of like how they did the transformation. So they got Ricky's old harness uh back when they did High School Musical. It's literally another callback from season one. So the second time Ricky being in a harness, and what happens is the harness snaps. Well, Big Red, I think Big Red should have been holding that harness. I don't know if anyone was like holding it, but if somebody's up on a harness up in the air, somebody like needs to hold the harness. And apparently the rope wasn't too good, and Ricky literally his uh
fell basically on his face,
yeah,
but like he didn't land on his face.
he lands on his face. He
Weird.
he lands on Ashlyn, actually, which I did not know that Ashlyn also got injured. So Ashlyn and Ricky now have like cats, kind of. I wouldn't say
Fast, sort of. They look like gloves that you'd wear when you had carpal tunnel. That's kind of what it looks like.
yeah, kind of, kind of. I think they just sprained their arm. I don't think they broke their arm because
which is shocking because like that's the full weight of his body landing on top of her.
Yeah, but
And
the
how could they have
show,
just
but what they say, the show must go on. So let's get into this episode because I think we really need to because we got a lot of burning questions that are some are answered and some we would have to wait till next week. But so the show happens, Beauty and the Beast, and actually, so they even mention like North High's show, even though okay, North High are a bunch of tryhards, okay? Try to be like Broadway, but they're just a high school. Okay, you don't need to make a like a high school like theater show like Broadway. You know how hard that is to do? That's very hard and that's very challenging.
yeah.
It's like not that many high schools because high school shows they're like some of them are like they're like cheap and use like whatever they have with their budget. Yeah,
And none of them have enough money to pull something like that off.
and so
Absolutely none of them.
in the beginning, how this episode began? Well, Josh, I bet you like this. Mr. Mazzara gave the recap.
Yeah, yeah, my favorite character. Yay.
He's grown on me this season. He's pretty good. His attitude has really adjusted for this season, which I really like. And
Also, he helps out with the tech and the, you know,
well, we'll get into that later. But
like, yeah,
yeah,
he
but
do be growing.
so in the beginning of this episode, we get Nene and so Nene, it looks like she's playing a villager and a fork, and I think she did play the rose. If she still is the rose, I don't know. It didn't really get shown in this episode. Basically,
That concept's kind of dumb anyway.
well,
Like,
I wouldn't
playing
say
the
dumb.
rose,
I would
the
say
thing that,
interesting. I would just say interesting. Kind of a little bit creative. I don't know. I really
I
don't
mean,
know.
I don't know.
But
It's just so much cheaper to just
she hands
use.
out like opening night cards to all of her friends and including Ricky, and Ricky has one for her too. And there was a comedic moment where it's like he's like, you wrote something? Like, yeah, oh yeah, I got mine, and literally they're blank. They're literally blank. They're literally blank. Both of
Yeah.
theirs are blank. I don't know, but I think I'm glad they're not fighting. I'm glad they're still like mature after they're broken up, but they're probably gonna get back together in the finale. I need my Rini. I need my favorite couple back, Tim Federley. Can we get that in the last episode, please? Because I would really like that. But anyways, so as we mentioned in the beginning, Ashton and Ricky, they both sprained their arms, and I think Ricky, I I noticed this when I watched the episode. I don't know, second or third time. Ricky has like a leg brace, like when they were trying to figure out how to do the transformation. So he's got a leg brace too.
I don't know if I saw that.
I don't know if you go back to like where Ricky is sitting down in a chair and Ashlyn is holding him. Like I saw a leg brace. I don't know. I saw a leg brace. I think that either a leg brace or that was maybe not a leg brace. I don't know. But
Oh, I wasn't paying attention. I was just like, well, this is happening.
well, I don't know why that got my attention, but it somehow it did. And they're a little bit injured, but hey, they could still do the show. Even it is a competition, and Miss Jen literally throughout this whole episode, she is freaking nervous, and literally, I wish I could just like talk to her like face to face and say, "Look, Jen, you gotta calm down. You're gonna do great. Your kids have been working like really really hard. You know they're gonna do great. Have you look just think about like back in season one when you guys did High School Musical. I mean, you had flops there, but you still had a great performance. You know,
I mean, it seemed to be going well from what it looked like.
seemed to be.
Everyone was freaking out, and yet, like every scene where they were actually performing, it was like it seems to be turning out fine. What's the problem?
Yeah,
What's the issue, guys? It's
and
turning out fine. What's going on?
off topic, we see Courtney's mom again. I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but I think I may have. I'm gonna mention it again because I don't know if I have, but so Courtney's mom is actually played by Dara Renee's real life mom, and
Oh,
that is
hmm.
that is her mom. That is her mom, which is very cool that they do that. That was a good idea. I mean, I had no idea they were gonna do that, but so we get oh my god, Lily, that bitch. We get her again. She comes to watch the show, and apparently she's there for Ricky, but really, I don't think she is. But we'll get into that later. But we're not going to get into a lot about that. But Lily, Lily's a bitch. Okay, she's basically she's an asshole to the East High students, and just her personality. I could see why her sour personality. I could see why she wanted to leave East High, like after like what happened. She looked like she was like a bubbly, fangirl, but really she's got a darker side to her. But so and oh my god, so the Mazzara and Mike Bowen and Miss Jen Love Triangle continues in this episode,
For some
which I
reason,
which I
I
kind
don't
of
know. I mean,
thought
it's not like
over, was over.
I have no idea if that would go anywhere, but like
I don't. I really
I
don't.
don't know.
Don't know.
I don't know if that I don't know if that's gonna go any further than it just did. Because I was literally just like, oh yeah, we're back here again. Cool.
Yeah.
Like you're not just gonna forget that, you know,
I literally. I
like
literally.
the,
Yeah.
your son is like in the show and she's directing him and
Sorry.
relationships
Yeah.
here,
Sorry.
like
Sorry to
the
cut.
the dynamic,
Sorry to
the
cut you off,
relationship dynamic
Josh.
between the
But
three of you, like,
yeah. Sorry to cut you off, Josh. But literally, we're doing a review right now, and I get a text from my dad. Close your windows. I put on the AC. My windows are already closed, so I don't need to. He does that sometimes. He tells me,
okay then.
"Hey, turn on the AC. Close your windows. It's hot outside." Yeah. Anyways,
All right then.
besides that was a little random, but let's get back into the episode. So I think Mazzara is gonna be ending up with Miss Jen by the end of the show. I mean, we saw what happened with like Ricky's dad, and didn't end up well because Ricky really was uncomfortable with it. Back in episode 6. So I don't think it's gonna happen, but we got to see it, and it didn't really work out. But let's move on here. So the show, it's so what's really cool and what's very very interesting is they have the Mankeys judge, one of the judges in the audience, and I want to explain, like, when we get to the songs, I'm going to explain like what they did with him song. But since the Mankeys are happening, that's a good thing. They got, at least they got the judge, so they know, like, they're aware that they're in the competition, not just North High and like other schools. What's weird? We did not like they don't mention like the other schools like who are like competing in making awards, which is so weird, isn't it?
I mean, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know, but
I,
Eastside and Northside are the only like main schools in the show. Well, just for this season, just for this season, they're focused on those. Um, Also, I want to mention costumes in the show. Courtney, the actress did not actually make the costumes, but whoever made the costumes for the show, I just want to say did a good job, even though they don't look.
not too bad. They're not.
They're not. I know they're not.
They're not
Bad.
horrible. They're
They're not
they're just
bad. They're not horrible. They're really good, but they're not. They're not like very Broadway, but they're good. They're good. I'll give you that. They're good.
decent enough. They're
Looking
passable for a high school
looking
play because
looking at Ricky like as the Beast, his costume looks really really good, but not compared to like what Howie had when he was the Beast. His like his costume was like very like accurate to the Disney movie, which was very. It's like how can he pull that off? That is very wow. It's very wow. Um, and Also Howie comes back to actually watch Courtney in the show, and I was also thinking like Howie's still like apologizing to Courtney. Are we still gonna see Howie and Courtney? They had that fallout. It's like I really don't see it happening.
then maybe who knows?
Howie should be sorry for what he did. Because he should have just said before. He went to North High. But really, I
I don't know. It could have been just as simple as, "Hey, I'm going to North High," which is just, I'm going to the high school that's competing against you,
yeah.
and
So
then they could have been settled. But
talk
it's not
about
what happened.
how they open the show. It's definitely like the how the Disney movie is, of course, the play Beauty and Beast, and I really like this. They use Mr. Mazzara as the narrator, so he does kind of have a part in this, and he does have a good speaking voice like for a narrator. So that was good idea, good idea.
Like, I was sitting there like,
Who
when
would
could they
have
have
thought?
like cast
Who would have
him?
thought?
Like, when did they have time to cast him? Number one, but like,
Probably before the show started. Miss Jones was like, "Hey, can you do the narrator, please?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, sure. I got you guys. I got you. Don't worry.
don't worry, guys,
I got
got
you.
you.
I got you." Oh man, shout
The
out to
best character on the show. Don't
Marcy
worry,
Blair.
I got you.
Man, you did a good job. Even though
Uh,
that's not really the point. Miss Jen Michelle really wants us to become good, but it's gonna come like what it is. But so should we get into the songs and should we still like talk about the episode? Because there still are like a few elements. So let's get into the songs, then we'll continue in the episode. I want to talk about the songs because they are very connected in this episode. So Be Our Guest is the first song that is performed. And yeah, I love beer. I guess we're gonna also like announce like what's our favorite song of this episode. Although they're Beauty and the Beast songs, and there's no original songs in this, but that's still okay. But Be Our Guest, which is if you're not familiar what happens in the Disney movie, it's about Belle's having dinner at the castle, and Lumiere is welcoming her. It's like sit down and eat, and enjoy your dinner. And here's a show we're gonna perform for you too. And it's like just a choreography. It's a chorus line. It's basically like a chorus line, like dance. What Be Our Guest is. It's like one,
Kinda,
four,
yeah.
five, one. So that very practical, and it's very good that they included that, which I liked. And as I mentioned, they did something with a judge, so they wanted to like put like a spotlight like on the judge, which is wouldn't that be like doing like
I don't know why they did that. Like, I sat there when that happened. I was thinking, Under what circumstance would they need this to
I
happen?
mean, it's a little,
Unless it was some technical error. Like,
it's a little too practical. You know, you don't really need to do that to boost your confidence in like winning a competition. That's kind of overdoing it like a little. And I bet the guy
I
was.
don't know. I thought it was an error. I thought it was like something that they
I
like
mean,
messed up or something. I didn't know it was
it
like
would seem like it would be an error, but really,
I didn't think it was deliberate.
yeah. And literally, I forget what Miss Jen called. Was it lighting grids? But there's another word to call. We took a lighting class, so we would know what it's called. But it's like light. What was it called?
You mean like the different, the different lines of lighting that you have, like when they have, I guess you could call it a grid. So
But I forget what Miss Jen called it. Something weird, but I don't remember what it was. But I can't go back because we're already reviewing this episode, so I can't watch it right now. But I'll go back. What was it called, guys? If any of you guys know what Miss Jen called the lighting thing, let us know in the comments because I forgot. But anyways, Be Our Guest. It's a good song, classic Beauty and Beast song. But let me get to the next song. So something there, which is basically like it's a Belle and Beast like duet kind of thing.
yeah,
Very how they had it. It's like it's good. It's kind of familiar to the Disney movie, and when Seb's like, what, mama? I'm like, oh my god, did they really have to put Seb as Chip? It's like Seb does not. Oh my god, I mean, he's okay as Chip, but I wouldn't see him as that character. It's like, oh my god, this is so weird.
Mummy, what's there?
Mommy.
Yeah, Mummy.
Because who? What other character would have been Chip? What other character would have been Chip?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Probably why they cast him because you can't figure out
Yeah.
who else it could have been.
They actually had a Cogsworth in the show too, but it wasn't Seb. So my prediction for that was
Weird.
not correct.
Like, who's this person?
It's odd. It's very
You
odd.
came out of nowhere. Who are you?
But anyways, my favorite song of this episode was something there because I like this song because it's a little bit that was like there's something about that beast that I might like it's basically expressing their feelings it's beautiful and it's good for like a story. If it's a love story, it's very good and official for a love story. But Josh, what about you? Between Be Our Guest and something there, what was your favorites?
Well, I'm kind of just going by like since by this point they didn't have any original songs for this episode because they're
Well,
full on in the
already
musical now.
show. They're doing the show already. So
Yeah.
what else? What else could we do? And think about timing. We don't really. There's really not either. They would have one or two songs within the episode. I don't see how they could fit three songs in the episode. Although they did that with episode 2 with they had Belle and they had the the youth actors conservatory, like
Yeah. Mhm.
and they had I forget what else did they have. Was that it? I don't remember. They had 3 in one episode. I would remember that. They did have. Oh wait, no, it was episode 3. It was up with Beauty and the Beast, Even When, The Best Part, and Remy's Loves. That's 3. So I guess for this episode, this episode was 30 minutes, so I guess with the timing they had, they couldn't really fit 2 songs. So
can't fit that many songs in one episode. It's like
Anyway, what you got an answer for your favorite song, Josh?
but anyway, going by I think just going by Beauty and the Beast songs in general, I'm more of a being like be God, be our guest guy, be my, be your, I don't know, be
Yeah,
our,
be
be
my
our
guest.
guest guy.
Yeah,
I,
I mean,
yeah, just cause vaudeville all the way. Like
okay.
got you know
You know, I respect your decision. Yeah, be our guest is good, but I pick
vaudeville all the way.
yes.
Love me some vaudeville.
So intermission happens, and we do get some Portwell action happening. Like they asked EJ asked Gina out to what was the food? Why am I forgetting the food? Because they mentioned it like twice. Prosciutto,
Yeah.
Prosciutto, some shit like that, something like that. So they're not going to the after party. They're actually going like to dinner together. But they were gonna go in episode 10, but they had to delay it due to the Ricky and Ashlyn incident that happened.
Well, from experience, when it comes to high school musicals or plays or whatever,
Also,
more musicals in particular, um, it would never be a case where it's like two cast members would just leave and not go to an after party and just go on a regular date. They would absolutely go to the after party. And realistically speaking, they would absolutely go to the after party and they would be doing other things.
right, right, and
Yeah.
another thing
Other things.
I got another thing I forgot to point out with what happened with Ricky and Ashlyn. So Miss Jen was like, "Let me get you inspirational advice." It happened it happened, and Ashlyn's like, "Really? That's your motivational advice? That really wasn't advice. I would just be like, okay, that happened, and I understand your injury." I'm like, really? It's like what I would have said is like, okay, you guys got injured, but just be glad you could still do the show. Show
They're
must
not
go.
dead.
Show must go on.
You couldn't have, there was a chance you couldn't have had a cast, or at least you could have actually had to replace someone because
God, they don't have understudies
tragedy.
for this show. I remember back when they did High School Musical, they had Ricky and EJ were understudies for Troy, but no understudies for this play. Very unprofessional. I gotta just say that. I'm sorry to say that. Very unprofessional for Miss Jen not to cast any understudies. But again, support. So my favorite part about this episode, we get Jordan Fisher. We get Jordan Fisher playing Gina's brother, Jamie, who we learned about in this episode is a music producer. So why is he here? Well, Gina's mom was supposed to come and watch the show, but she couldn't make it. So instead, her brother made it. Her big brother made it.
Well, he made it, at least.
Well, he was mentioned in episode 9, so we kind of learned a little bit about him, like a little bit, but we learned a lot more in this. Jordan Fisher, that was a good idea, Jordan Fisher. Another Evan Hansen in this series. It was Andrew Barfeldman who plays the French kid, was Evan Hansen. And now Jordan Fisher, who was also Evan Hansen. So two Evan Hansens in this season. How about that?
Two Evan Hansen. Sounds like a sequel.
No, they wouldn't make a sequel.
I don't know. Sounds like a sequel title. Two Evan Hansen.
It does. I guess they're clones of Evan Hansen. I don't know, but that's weird. But so even there's a part where Jamie talks to EJ. It's like, oh, so you're EJ. Gina's been telling you like a lot, like how you were like a brother figure to you, and I'm sorry I haven't. And that literally ruins Portwell kind of.
Friend zone.
Friend zone.
Yeah, friend zone.
How is that going to affect the last episode? That's my question. I'm like,
I don't know. He's
oh
so good looking.
no,
He's never been friend zoned
oh
before. Oh
no,
no.
oh no, it's happening again. Are we gonna
Oh
get
my
Sad
god.
Boy EJ in the finale episode? Oh no, oh no, he
All right.
he's been through so much in season one.
Like, wow, congratulations. It's your first friend zone.
Breaking up with Nene.
Good for you, man. You know how,
Oh
like,
god,
now you know how it feels to be a normal person.
yeah. So yeah. So what happens? The ending. And also I forgot to mention, Big Red, like it's been, we see Big Red like nervous in this episode with Pepto Bismol, and literally there was a callback, like so Ashlyn brought him a massage, was like, hey, you know your debut, I brought you flowers, like, oh thanks. Then he goes to the toilet and start throwing up, because it's, I guess he's like nervous. And he's actually holding a Pepto Bismol bottle in his. And literally, he's chugging that through the hole. He was very nervous. He was very nervous. I'm like, oh, geez, Big Red. Yeah, you're going to do fine. You're going to do good. At least he got the part. He got the part. But anyways. So what happens, we get another cliffhanger like we got last episode. Lily takes something from the Wildcats, which I can't, and I'm not going to say.
Not gonna,
Because it is a spoiler.
it's the cliffhanger, and
Something does happen, and we'll talk about it in the last season, like our last episode review, which we'll do next week. But
elaborate on it.
he is a son of a bitch. I'm like, oh my god, she did not. I'm like, oh fuck. It's like, fuck you. Like, god damn it. I was really pissed off at that moment, but we'll talk about it in the next episode review. But I enjoyed this episode, even though I was mad at the last part, but I had it to be continued. So good thing it's not like really over. They didn't end it like that. God, Tim Federle, you did it again. You cliffhangered us again for this episode. Now we gotta wait till next week for episode 12.
Yeah,
So I enjoyed this.
pretty much.
I enjoyed this episode. I think Ricky and Mimi are gonna get back together. I have a feeling they are gonna get back together because they still care about each other.
Well, they're gonna have to. They're
I'm
gonna have to at some point.
At some point, I know. I'm so concerned about Portwell. What's going to happen with that? Because we were shipping Gina and EJ like in season 1, and now like when episode 9 happened. So the question is, will they become a couple, or will EJ become friend zoned by the end of the season? Oh my gosh.
Tune in next episode. Same high school time, same high school channel.
Oh, so many heartwarming questions and heartbreaking questions we have. And can't answer in this episode, but finale. Hopefully everything will be answered here. Anyway, that's it. We will give you guys a finale. We're going to be reviewing episode 12. And also, Josh, I didn't tell you this, but we're also going to be ranking our top 14 favorite songs from this season. I got a list already, Josh. You're probably going to have to get.
Yeah, I had no idea this was happening, so I was like, well.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, but you guys, we're going to be doing that in the next review, which is going to be our last review, but we're still going to go back and review season 1 once we're done with season 2. I know I'm a little bit late in reviewing season 1, but it's fine. It's fine. You know, I didn't know if I wanted to review television shows back in 2019, so it's fine. And I'm doing it now. What if season 3 happens? You know, what if season 3? I don't know. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. That was it. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button, turn on all notifications so you know when I have new videos up. And like, favorite, share this with any High School Musical fans of this show. Only people who have seen the episode, though, you know. If you guys haven't seen the episode, go check it out. It's on Disney Plus. Now streaming. Not sponsored by Disney Plus, but anyways.
Obviously.
As I said it, I'm saying it again. We are gonna get an episode 12 review next week, which should be interesting. It might be long. I don't know how long it's gonna be. It depends, like when I'm ending it. We got our Turner Hooch episode 1 review already up, and episode 2 we will review next week. And we're also going to be reviewing Monsters at Work episode 5 next week. And Jungle Cruise review, I'm going to try and get that out for you guys next week. I gotta see it first, then I can talk about it, you know, because that's just how it goes to me. And that's pretty much it for me at this point. But don't forget to subscribe. Go check out Josh. He's got his Jurassic World Dominion trailer reaction, which I've seen F9 in IMAX. This is what they played before F9 started. They played this.
Yeah. Well, it's the 15-second version. The one that we got online.
Yeah, it was actually longer. Like when I went to go see F9, it was about like a couple minutes.
Yeah, it was like 5, something like that. I think it was, from what I heard. It was like 5 minutes.
Like 5 or 6 minutes. I don't know.
Something like that.
Also, you got 2 reactions. You got Halloween Kills, and you got Shang-Chi and Listen to
Shang-Chi trailer 2. Go watch those. It'd be fun.
Still working on Army of the Dead review, though.
Yep.
So that'll take some time. And also, I'll be doing a MCU tier list on his channel, and I probably will be doing mine on my channel too. But you know, if you want to see Josh's list, it'll be on his channel. When's that coming out? This week probably, or next week, or maybe sometime next month. But we're gonna still plan on that. We still don't know a date yet of what we're gonna do. And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you in the future. Peace, and don't forget to rock on. Rock on, you guys. We're almost near the ending point. We have one more episode of High School Musical, the musical series, season 2. We got only one more. So
I almost put 2 fingers up. I was like, what? 1.
Yeah. So, hope you guys are having a good day, and we'll see you next week. We'll see you on the other side.
As he leaves the screen.
Dramatic.
And
Screen. All right. Anyways.
Still gotta click the stop button, you know.
Enough with the funny business. Bye, guys.